The sun was slowly sinking behind the skyline of Lagos, painting the horizon with golden streaks. From her small apartment in Surulere, Amelia Johnson stood before the mirror, tilting her head from side to side. At 22, Amelia was undeniably beautiful. Her almond-shaped eyes carried a sparkle, her skin was smooth, and her tall, slender figure always turned heads. But tonight, as she scrolled through Instagram, her smile faded. She wasn't enough. On her phone screen, socialites flaunted their hourglass figures, glossy skin, and flawless makeup. "How do they look so perfect all the time?" she whispered, her voice heavy with envy. Her best friend Clara Williams, a cheerful young woman with natural hair and a calm confidence, leaned against the door. "Amelia, you are already beautiful. Stop torturing yourself with these images. Half of them are fake anyway." But Amelia's mind was elsewhere. "No, Clara. You don't get it. Beauty opens doors in Lagos. These women are living the life, driving G-Wagons, attending luxury parties, getting brand deals. And me? I'm just ordinary." Clara sighed. "Being ordinary is better than destroying yourself for likes. You should be grateful." Amelia turned sharply. "Grateful doesn't pay rent. Grateful doesn't get invited to Banana Island parties." She closed the app, but the images were already carved in her heart. Campus life at the University of Lagos was filled with glitter and competition. Girls walked around in designer outfits, some sponsored by wealthy admirers. Amelia felt invisible among them. At lunch, she overheard two boys talking. "Have you seen that new girl? Her skin is glowing, her figure is mad. Not like some of these plain ones." Amelia's stomach knotted. She wanted to be that girl, the one people whispered about, the one heads turned for. Later that evening, Clara tried again. "You can't let people's comments define you." But Amelia had already made up her mind. If beauty was the currency of Lagos, then she would pay whatever price it demanded. One Saturday afternoon, Amelia attended a birthday party in Victoria Island. That was where she met Mrs. Benson, a wealthy, stylish woman in her 40s. She wore diamonds that sparkled brighter than the chandelier above her, and her skin looked like porcelain. "You're a pretty girl," Mrs. Benson said, her eyes scanning Amelia. "But you could be stunning with the right touches." Amelia leaned closer. "What do you mean?" Mrs. Benson smiled knowingly. "There are treatments, skin toning enhancements, little procedures that make men weak at the knees. Don't waste time being average when you could be unforgettable." Her words echoed in Amelia's ears like a spell. Within a week, Amelia found herself sitting in a small clinic tucked in a corner of Lekki. The doctor was not licensed, but his office walls were covered in pictures of women who had supposedly transformed under his care. "This injection will lighten your skin and smoothen it," he assured. "Everyone in Lagos does it." Her hands trembled, but she nodded. The needle pierced her skin, and with it, Amelia's journey into dangerous beauty began. Weeks turned into months. Amelia's Instagram began to explode with likes and comments. "Wow, Amelia, your skin is flawless. You look like a goddess. Model material." Her follower count skyrocketed. Brands began to message her. Men started offering her gifts, and suddenly, she was being invited to elite Lagos parties. At one event in Ikoyi, she wore a sparkling gown that clung to her newly curved figure. Phones flashed as she entered, and she felt powerful, desired, unstoppable. Clara, watching silently from the corner, saw through it. She noticed how Amelia's hands shook when no one was looking, how she scratched her skin endlessly, how her laughter seemed forced. "Amelia," Clara whispered one evening, "you're changing, but not in a good way." Amelia waved her off. "You're just jealous. Look at me, I finally belong." But belonging had come at a price she hadn't fully realized yet. The side effects began slowly. First it was just itching, then rashes, then open wounds that she covered with layers of makeup. At night, Amelia lay awake scratching until her sheets were stained with blood. Her body ached from the injections, and her skin burned under the hot Lagos sun. But she couldn't stop. Every time she looked at her reflection, she saw the likes, the followers, the admiration. It was addictive. One evening, Clara barged into her apartment and gasped. Amelia's face was swollen, her skin patchy, her hands trembling. "This is killing you," Clara shouted. "Stop before it's too late." But Amelia broke into tears. "I can't stop. Without this I'm nothing. Nobody cares about ordinary girls." The turning point came on a glittering Saturday night. Amelia attended a high-profile fashion show in Victoria Island. Cameras clicked as she walked the red carpet. But halfway through the evening, her vision blurred. Her legs gave way. In front of hundreds of guests, Amelia collapsed. Panic broke out. She was rushed to a hospital in Ikoyi, her dress stained with sweat and tears. When she opened her eyes hours later, her mother sat beside her bed, tears streaming down her face. Clara was there too, clutching her hand. The doctor's words were firm. "Your body is shutting down from repeated exposure to harmful chemicals and injections. If you don't stop now, you may not survive the next collapse." Amelia's heart sank. For the first time, she wasn't looking at likes or followers. She was looking at death. The days that followed were a blur of treatment and reflection. Her once flawless skin was now scarred. Her once admired figure now carried pain. Lying in bed, she remembered Mrs. Benson's words. "You could be unforgettable." But unforgettable for what? For destroying herself. For trading health for vanity. One afternoon, Clara sat beside her. "Amelia, do you see now? Beauty without health is nothing. The real pain is not in being ordinary. It's in losing yourself to please the world." Tears streamed down Amelia's cheeks. "I wanted to be loved." "You were always loved," Clara whispered. "You just didn't love yourself enough." Months later, Amelia walked onto the stage of a youth conference in Lagos. Her face carried scars, but her smile carried strength. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice steady. "I once believed beauty was everything. I believed perfection was worth any price. But I was wrong. True beauty is not in the filters, the creams, or the surgeries. True beauty is health, confidence, and self-respect." The hall was silent. Young girls and boys stared at her, captivated. "I nearly died chasing validation," she continued. "Don't let society trick you. Don't let strangers on the internet decide your worth. You are enough as you are." When she finished, the crowd erupted in applause. Clara stood at the back, her eyes glistening with pride. Amelia stepped down from the stage, her scars visible under the bright lights. But for the first time in her life, she felt truly beautiful. Because now she understood. Beauty without wisdom is pain. But beauty with self-love is power. True beauty is health and confidence. Sacrificing your well-being for external validation leads to regret. Comparison steals joy. Measuring yourself against others on social media creates dissatisfaction and envy. Quick shortcuts come with hidden dangers. Whether in beauty, wealth, or success, unsafe shortcuts often cost more than they give. Love yourself first. No amount of likes, comments, or external admiration can replace self-acceptance. What society applauds today, it forgets tomorrow. Chasing trends and validation is empty. Invest in what lasts. Do not destroy your body for temporary attention. Scars, health damage, and regret last longer than likes. Real love values who you are, not what you look like. The right people will love you for your heart, not your appearance. Peer pressure is a trap. Don't let friends, strangers, or mentors push you into harmful decisions. Beauty fades, but wisdom endures. What will carry you through life is not looks but character, talent, and resilience. Don't judge women by appearance alone. Comments and comparisons can push women into harmful choices. Support authenticity. Value women for their natural selves, not artificial standards. Be cautious of materialistic attractions. Just as women can be tempted by beauty, men can be deceived by glamour. Teach children self-worth early. Build their confidence before the world feeds them toxic beauty standards. Monitor social influences. Unchecked social media pressure can silently destroy young minds. Love and affirm your children. When they feel loved at home, they are less likely to seek validation outside. Beauty becomes pain when it is sought at the cost of health, dignity, and truth. True beauty is found in character, confidence, and self-love, not in dangerous shortcuts or society's fleeting approval.
Kindly subscribe, like, and comment for more interesting stories.